we pray for that strength. That's an important strength. We pray for the power of discernment, the ability to decipher between what is right and what is wrong in a confusing sometimes environment where so much comes to us, you know, so much information comes to us, so much, and we really sometimes have to struggle to figure out what is right, what is correct. So, good morning to the street. Good morning to those logged on our Facebook. And now putting up the Facebook. We live already on YouTube, IWER TV, 91.9 FM as well. And we're now going up on Facebook as well. So good morning to everybody who has tuned in there, you know, on my page as well. Blessed good morning to Trinidad and Tobago, to everyone. You know, I always try to make special good morning. I extend special morning greetings to the working people of Trinidad and Tobago, right? The men and women of Trinidad and Tobago who put their shoulders to the wheel and ensure that Trinidad keeps going. You know, on my Facebook, I'm seeing some of those people as well. The CPAP workers, I see one of my friends out this morning early landscaping. Early, I feel it might be too early, you know, but nah, not too early. I hope you ain't gonna wake up nobody with his waka. Good morning to Gaddafi, right? You know, the vendors, the pie men, the doubles men, the security guards, the office workers who out, they pass you on the street 5:30, 6 o'clock on their way to work. Our police officers, good morning. They're out, and they were out, some of them last night, working throughout the night. Special good morning to the fire service officers as well, who always on call for accidents, for fires. I'll speak about them a little bit later on, because I met a couple of them yesterday, and they're driving PCL something, a fire tender that has seen better days. I mean, credit to whoever mechanics who keeping that vehicle going, you know. But pressure, they tried to go up the Lady Young, and you know, on that not so steep, kind of steep hill, we know the Lady Young, boy, they couldn't make a 20 miles per hour, you know, real pressure. And you know, I had seen that vehicle the day before as well, that fire tender, out and about working. And these fire officers of Trinidad and Tobago who work, you know, with less than satisfactory implements, vehicles, etc., who are so critical. You know, so many accidents in Trinidad and Tobago as well. Let us be careful during this season. Good morning to maybe one or two foreigners who lucky enough to come in the country already. I know more will be coming soon as well. Good morning to Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning to those working people, right? You know, sometimes there is this proposition bandied about in the society that, you know, people lazy or whatever. And I do subscribe to that. I do subscribe to the theory of downplaying what people do in Trinidad and Tobago. I know there are many people, the vast majority of people come out here and work hard, hustle, looking for it, whatever they could do beyond the call, you know, morning, noon, night, to provide for their families and to provide for themselves as well, you know, in a challenging environment at times. So I want to give that special good morning to everyone. Blessings to you all. And my effort on a morning as well, and I hope some of the others who go on to the public spaces, television, radio, internet as well, is to improve our country, is to improve the conditions of our country, to improve the mindset as well, the mindset of the people of our country, to offer something in terms of substance and education and elevation on a morning. Right? So forgive me, you know, there have some people who might want to hear commerce and lacquery and bacchanal and whatever. I'll try to give you all a little bit of that, maybe, whatever. But predominantly, we forging our way forward for Trinidad and Tobago. Some of us have lost hope. Some of us are of that feeling. You know, you talk to people sometime, and my doubles partner, one of the best doubles it's having Trinidad, in Sour, right? I would do more if he paying for an ad, right? 91.9 FM, call the boss and pay something. But, you know, he's Trinidad going through. And, right, he's saying that, but I know you don't mean it totally, and I know it's not a wish, it's just a frustration. And he's still in the capacity of what he's doing, he's sharing that love and dealing with people in a way that represents Trinidad and Tobago. Right? Beanie man, you're mad, right? I don't know if it's a publicity stunt to get people to discuss here again, right? I don't know if you're feeling left out in I know music. I ain't seen so much good music again from you, but you have a wide catalog, etc. Right? But don't talk about doubles, right? Take your time. And for a matter of fact, I just had to get a video of I know a few dogs who actually eat doubles, right? To send you. And maybe you need to have a doubles or two as well, because you don't know what you're missing. Trinidad and Tobago is blessed with the fusion of culinary delight. You know, we are blessed. We could go anywhere and stand up with our food, right? People, if they have a refined palate, right, they would absolutely enjoy everything that Trinidad and Tobago has to offer. If we touch down anywhere in the world and we want to capitalize on what we are blessed with, and you learn from your mother or your grandmother or somebody to cook a little sada, a little bake, a little macaroni pie, a little pilau, seasoned the right way. If you have learned that and you could just replicate that, you have a source of income and earning abroad. Because in many of these countries, they know food like we know food. We invite people to Trinidad and Tobago to experience that. It's not just a melting pot of visual culture and religious practice. Even language a melting pot now as well. We throw more, it always had, but we throw even more Spanish in the melting pot now. Music fusion, but even our food as well. You had to taste our food, you had to come to a all-inclusive and enjoy that range. You know? Fried shark. Yeah, you're like shark, fried, yeah. Bacon shark. So my love extended to Trinidad and Tobago. And like I said, sometimes we get frustrated now. We get frustrated and we say, Trinidad gone through. Look at the madness in the news. You know, somebody who holding office in the police service who's important and being arrested and detained and questioned and then sent home, fired. How that happening? What really going on? So many questions in our minds, so many issues that prop up on a daily basis. So some people really lose their hope and they say, boy, Trinidad gone through and I wish I could just buy a ticket and get out of here. And they have so many people who have bought tickets and gotten out of here. That's sad. And so many people who, you know, their children, because they question the sustainable future of this nation. So they invest and they send their children abroad. Now, that's testimony to us making a mess of what has the potential to be so beautiful, to be so successful. And I believe, as a somewhat young man, I'm not that young anymore, that we still have hope, that we can still turn around Trinidad and Tobago. But it feels sometimes that there are some who don't believe that, and they are comfortable with what exists and persists. It feels as though there are people who, because of their actions, because of the lack of certain actions as well, they do not believe that we could reform the negatives that we are seeing and encourage and increase the positives that exist. You know, there's this little criticism at times that people put forward. You know, you're being negative or whatever, and that's not the case. Being critical of your society and being critical of some of the movers and shakers within your society and even ourselves is not negative. That is not negative. Open your minds, Trinidad and Tobago. Widen your perspective. Every day, when I hope and I pray that we pray, you sit down with yourself and you think over some of the things you did for the day. You reflect on yourself. You know, you may have approached a situation in a negative manner. You might have been hungry at a point in time and you acted a little hasty or upset. And therefore you did not express yourself in a way that is best you check yourself. You check yourself at the end of the day as a ritual, as a self-critic, and then sometimes that spreads, that ability to check yourself spreads because you practice it constantly. And then when you're making a mistake, when you're getting on like an idiot, when you're talking stupidness about doubles, and it might click to you automatically. Hey, I might offend people who like and whatever doubles. Let me see how I could best phrase this. Or let me take back the statement and let me just say, well, I don't know. I never tasted it. Tatabi never tasted it. I just give an example, right? Yeah, right? So we had to be critical. We had to be that overview of ourselves so that we can improve. So that we could improve. But some of us we don't want that. Some of us we don't want that. We if we say we like something or whatever, I don't understand the mentality totally. We don't want to hear nothing critical or bad about it. And we just want to pretend as though everything perfect. And we're going along that road. And that's a dangerous mindset. It's a dangerous mindset. It's actually really interesting that some of these people are the same people who would be extremely critical upon the youth without taking the time to try to understand their situation. They are the same ones who have a million excuses for big hardback adults who they think they favor for some pie in the sky reason. Now that don't add up. But we had to be willing. We had to be willing, Trinidad and Tobago, to analyze ourselves. We had to be willing to listen. We had to be willing to listen. And we had to be willing to change. We had to be willing to change. There are some wonderful, perfect things that we have done as a people. Our unity, generally, is a wonderful achievement as a nation. So, for the most part, everybody defending doubles because that's Trinidad and Tobago. We're not going to think that's one race thing or whatever. That's Trinidad, that's us. We are all one. And predominantly, if it was some food that historically came from the other major group, we defend that too, collectively. And we don't let nobody come and chain up the scene for us to be divided. Leaders do not divide. Leaders does encourage unity. Exploiters divide. Rulers who sit on high, take advantage of people, divide. So we need to be bigger and wiser than those who try to take advantage of us. All now I would think in the global context, you know, Mexico, Canada, who being taken advantage of in a certain way, you know, they flex a little bit, they bend, but they're thinking of ways in which they could deal with the situation of someone taking advantage of them, someone from a position of power, using that power to benefit themselves and being aggressive towards them. So we collectively as a people have to be wise. I'm not talking about one group, this group, whatever. Collectively as a people, we have to be wise towards the people who want to use us and who exercising the power of wealth and their positions of authority within the society to take advantage of us all collectively, you know. To take the maximum, they want the maximum out of this society, and they're not giving what is due. I want some of our callers, I want some callers to call in and answer me. You know, I was asking a question yesterday. I say, well, and it's a question that should be prevalent in our minds. Why? Because we all agree that managing a country is a very difficult thing, is very challenging. Managing the police service is a very challenging thing, extremely challenging. And many people, you know, would shy away from it now. It have people who, they're not even interested because they understand that responsibility. And we see in the context of leadership in Trinidad and Tobago, you know, people grabbing things, they cut up the last leader, some of them do all sorts of things. All sorts of unspeakable things, some of it unspeakable, some just murmured around the type of things that was going on. They do all sorts of unspeakable things for that responsibility. For them, I think they think is power and whatever, right? We had to be wise. And we had to see them from a distance. And we have to fight for a system and for individuals who are not there for the wrong reasons, but are truly there because of their love of people. Why a man trying to let somebody force him upon the population as the next PM? You know, why they spend all these tricks? Why they spend hundreds of millions of dollars? Trinidad and Tobago, do not get it twisted. Just like in the broken system of American politics, where billions of dollars are spent to manipulate the views of citizens into supporting, voting, whatever, in this terrible one side or the next system that does a disservice to democracy. Endless money is spent. What all that money spending for? What all that money about? And when people spend all that money, is it really to go there to take care of me and you? I see a little comment I asked, right? I ask a little comment. Excuse me. I asked a little comment on a little post. You know, I saw um someone posted Mr. Young and a child looking at him in panorama, right? You know, all of a sudden, everybody love pan, and everybody love people, and everybody in the hood, people in the harp, posting with pictures, bring out your babies, shake some hands, right? Because they don't live in the community. They don't live with the people who they vote from. You know, they're removed from the community. The communities that they supposedly represent, not really good enough for them to live in. They might live in a sector of the community, a gated sector, where a few people who are affluent, extremely affluent, find themselves all collected together. But to say they in the hood, or they live with the people, that's not correct. They don't. To say they grew up with the people, I don't know. To say they could understand what people going through. To say in terms of their income, they could relate to the struggles of the average person. Well, absolutely not. You know, they're insulated, and they've been insulated even further by increases in their remuneration. Increases while everybody else going down because of the inflation that we have seen in Trinidad and Tobago. You know, they increase theirs, so they're all right. These people have our interests at heart. These people spending all our money advertising this, that, whatever for us, because they want to improve our lives. So, I just ask the question. I say, well, and the young man is looking at him, and he's like, so I caption it. I say, is this individual really for like the masses of the people like this child? Is he really dedicating his life to the service of this little youth, this African youth, or this youth of color, or this young man? Is that what he is pushing himself and others are pushing him for? And the person who is forcing him on the population, the person who is forcing him, has his history over the past 9 years and even beyond been one that is representative of the people, popular? And we had to be real. I'm just saying, we had to be real. We had to be real, and within our organizations and our institutions, which we want to subscribe to, sometimes we subscribe to life. We sign ourselves for life till. I saw utter nonsense in my life, I see we're burying someone, and somebody bring an emblem of a party to put inside of the coffin while we burying somebody, and I like, what we really doing? What we thinking, boy? But I know there is a lot of ignorance, and we have to free ourselves of that ignorance and allow us now to have some hope of changing. Allow us now to have some hope of a better future, of people who really and truly have the love for people. And instead of trying to brainwash people with all this money and ads and thing and whatever, money spending, all kind of gimmicks or whatever, just help people. Just give them what is their due. Give it away if you love people. There are genuine people who need assistance throughout our society. Put more money into MyLat. Put more money into all these the agricultural program that they have now. Take your private money. Like if you love Trinidad and Tobago and you want to invest in Trinidad and Tobago and you support a party who has certain programs going on, and you purport that that program is positive, excellent, wonderful, and by your wherever you have been able to amass millions of dollars in Trinidad and Tobago, wherever, congrats to you, right? Take some of that money. Hey, I donate this to this program. Because, you know, Trinidad and Tobago, the economics are a little bit tighter now. We're struggling in certain ways as well. Do it is love. And we about people. I do it every day as part of my philosophy of life. I believe that giving does not reduce what you have. And whatever you have, it really belongs to you anyway. It belongs to God and it has been given to you as well. And if we have people with that philosophy, think of how much better Trinidad and Tobago could be. If we have these people, you committed to this ideology, your jersey, that color, your this, that color, and you telling me that this program is an excellent, wonderful program that whatever. Yes, the Trinidad and Tobago's budget can only do so much in terms of providing that opportunity to so many people, but there are many others who would like to access them. Ask the Minister of Youth and National Service. Ask him. Certain programs oversubscribe. Like when they open the program for people to come in to subscribe to it and to try to get into the program, sometimes the site does crash. I'm telling all and I'm not asking all, yeah? Sometimes the site does crash because the volume of people, like we don't remember how much year or whatever ago when cruise ships had a little opening or whatever, the amount of people, like we don't remember when the police service taking in people, how many people go. Like we don't remember how many people are actually looking for a way, a sustainable way to earn. You only love Trinidad and Tobago? Well, forget the gimmicks and invest in the future, invest in the children. Invest in the children. Set that example for private Trinidad and Tobago. Because you're a businessman in your own right. Set up a foundation. And Trinidad has been good to you. And let your neighbors where you live in, because you don't live with the people, let your neighbors where you live in, the people who you rub shoulders with, the people who you talk to and lime with, etc., because of your economic standing, let them see that example from you and say, hey, what's going on? Yeah, that's a good thing you're really doing there, no. And yeah, I believe in Trinidad and Tobago too, and I believe in the future of our youth. And so, yeah, what's going on? Look, hold that too. Put that into this fund. Put that Trinidad has been good to us. And we see people saying Trinidad has been good to them. And we've seen that. Share the love. Prevent a youth man from his brain going to the place where pressure, what the hell I go do? The devil come to him, the worst out of the group say, you know, I have an idea. He watched some stupid American movie or something with some robbery, whatever, glorifying crime or whatever, because it's all around us in our society. He watched the man who have a little something in the community, negative example sometimes as well, and he bring the idea to the others who, you know, maybe struggling spiritually, mentally, and otherwise. Young. Prevent that. Let him say, nah boy, I going on a program tomorrow, you know. Program start tomorrow, and I going and I learning to plant, I learning to raise animals, and I actually doing it. And my chickens lay eggs yesterday, and that was real cool boy. Every day I collecting egg, you know. Or there was some eggs to eat. And again a little stipend while it going on. And after this, I gonna be a farmer boy. Save the children with opportunities. Don't mama guide the children. You're going to smile up with them and you're watching them. Take a picture with me while they're playing a pan. Bright. Tremendous futures in front of them. The potential to do great things in the world. And all we have is a mama guy for them. The children's panorama, you know, intelligent youth. Some of them academically, some of them might be struggling, but they have the ability because they're remembering their notes and they're passionate about what they're doing, so they could translate that into other things as well. Not everybody is books and books and books on that level per se, academics. People learn differently as well. And when the school panorama done, you know who on the front page? You know who grabbing the trophy? 5 of them and the band leader? Come on, man, give the children the chance now. Come on, man. Mama guy and people. Mama guy and people. Have no mercy for them. Milking out the money. The state giving money to Trinbago to do certain things. You're milking out the money. You're milking out the money, paying yourself a set of money, renting from the minister. And everybody just cool with that. Just milking out the opportunities that the youth's supposed to have. Hold on, sorry, we'll right after the break. We'll take the calls. Milking out the money, and then when it's time to give the children their spotlight, it has some youths, 7, 8, 9, and they're in the front line playing tenor, they're in the back line. I see a drummer, a youth man is desperately drumming for a little youth man. It must be or Renegades. I trying to remember. The chubby youth man, about 10, 11, 12. Real bad. Instead of you let the youths come and take the front line and the picture to be on the Express and the Newsday, you're running. Pretending to care about people. Find that love in your heart. Find some love in your man. Find some love. Pretend better, Trinidad and Tobago. We supposed to be so uptight. And don't feel some of the youths not uptight to it. They see past all the games and the strippiness. That's why they don't want no part of that. We supposed to be up to it so much that we seeing these people from a distance, so they had to come real good. They ain't just have to come with pretty talk. You know, when a woman is cognizant of her worth and intelligent, it's not no easy games you could hit she and whatever, you know. You have to come good, not just with talk, and you have to walk the walk. And if she's intelligent, she would insist that you commit in certain ways to her. But we too easy. We too easy. We give we life till death. Till I born, till I dead. As this. We give we life, you know. Our lives. Like don't even belong to we belong to God. We're supposed to be in service of God. We blaspheme. We put man and whatever other entity and madness that till life, till death, to that. Come on, man. Come on. So we go to the break and we'll take the calls and we'll share the views. And I apologize because this is what it is about. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let we educate ourselves, Trinidad and Tobago. Let we rise up. Let we have hope. Let we give hope to our young people. Let we elevate them. Alright, so blessings. We'll come back after the break.
Business owners, are you looking to reach a vast audience and boost your brand's visibility? Then look no further. The Street 919 FM is here to help you shine. With over 170,000 followers on our social media platforms, our radio station is the perfect platform to showcase your products and services. Join us and let your message be heard by thousands of eager listeners. Contact us now to learn more about our affordable advertising packages. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to connect with your target audience. Advertise with the Street 919 FM today. For more information, call 399-5959, 384-2232 or 378-1470.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
Are you ready for a musical journey? I love Choka! Retro on Saturday, 15th February, Center of Excellence Car Park. Come here, the biggest artists from then to now. Featuring Viking Ding Dong, Young Brother, Trooper T, Lady Lava, RG Band, Brave the Band, Eddie Charles with Traffic, Savita Singh, Shiv Shakti Dance Company, Joshua Regrello, Iowa George, Big Rich, Vicky Jai, Sunil Ramsundar, Given and Gatu, Rauti Ramru, Asta Salim, Super Blue, and many more. Tickets only $200. VIP all-inclusive $500. Get them at all Extra Foods outlets, Ramsing's, Factory, Heartland Plaza. Online at islandetickets.com. Bring your coolers. For more info, call 498-1698. The biggest chutney and soca stars in the world will combine on Saturday, 15th February. I love Choka!
TNT, it's that time again for the most anticipated event in Carnival, Ladies Night Out. Super Concert 2025, Saturday 15 February at the magnificent Napa in Port of Spain. Showtime 7 p.m. with the biggest global soca stars, Lyrical, Soca Princess Nyla Blackman, IWER George, Ola Tunji, GBN Neutron. The young man of the moment.
What are you doing?
Young brother.
Take it easy, I will do the most.
Full blown.
Lucky for you, my friend. I ain't a good.
The iconic living legend, Lord Nelson. Farmer Nappy from Barbados, Rupee, Lady Lava, Pan superstar Joshua Rogrello, Tizay O'Connor, with many more superstars, hosted by the hilarious Simi the Trini. Get your tickets now at advertised outlets only. For more information, call 774-5555. Ladies, it's your night out with free drinks, Saturday, 15th February.
Tuco presents the Kaiso Dynasty, a new global experience of calypso music. Radisson Hotel, Wrightson Road, with a dynamic collection of stars featuring Aaron Duncan, Akeisha Fanis, Young Brother, Brother Mudada, Black Sage, Brother Valentino, Brother Musa, Chuck Gordon, Calypso Cook, Dwayne O'Connor, Derek Seals, Lala, Lady Aisha, MCs Errol Fabian, Alan the Entertainer, and Pell. Backed by Kern Somerville and the Sensational Band. Chorus by the Kaiso Dynasty Divas. Opening night, Thursday, 13 February. Showtime 8 p.m. Tickets $200. 2 for 1 special $300 and $350 special reserve. Tickets available on islandetickets.com, Tuco's head office in Woodbrook, and at the Radisson box office. Purchase your tickets at Crosby St. James, Simon's Musical Supplies, WAC Radio, Tuco's head office, all Tuco zonal zones, and selected Better Deal supermarkets. The Kaiso Dynasty, formerly Kaiso House, presented by Tuco. The Kaiso Dynasty, the new global experience where calypso and culture come alive.
The Army Fete, Operation Flag Fest, Friday 21st February. Live from the headquarters of Soca, Queen's Park, Savannah. Welcomes Miguel Tasia.
Everybody charge up. We going higher. Full of energy.
Miguel Tasia.
Let me jump up in the power.
Operation Flag Fest welcomes Miguel Tasia. Tickets available now, exclusively at advertised outlets only. Log on to social media for more info. Keywords: The Real Army Fete.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282. or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
Planning your Tobago getaway? Choose the highest Google-rated car rental company on the island, O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago. Located just minutes from the A&R Robinson International Airport, at O'Neill, we pride ourselves on being the most tech-savvy car rental company in Tobago. Our process is 100% digital. No paperwork, no long lines. From easy pickup to seamless returns, renting a car in Tobago has never been simpler. WhatsApp us now at 1-868-361-1042 to book your vehicle. Don't forget to mention promo code RADIO2 to receive a 5% discount on your rental. Send a WhatsApp message to 1-868-361-1042 today. That's 1-868-361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago, the easiest, most reliable car rental experience on the island.
Vehicle availability is subject to change. Driver must be at least 25 years old and have a valid driver's license to book. For more information, visit www.rentalcartobago.com.
Are you searching for the perfect venue for your wedding reception, company retreat, graduation celebration, or just an unforgettable party? Well, look no further. Vibes Event Space is ready to bring your event to life. Located at number 15 Mount Pleasant Boulevard, Bonaccord, Tobago. Our space offers the perfect settings for any occasion. Call us today at 394-3612 or 620-30 1057 to book your date. And don't forget to follow us on social media at Vibes Event Space to see what we're all about. Make your next event one to remember at Vibes the Event Space. The Event Space.
When the carnival pace pick up, Royal Castle is the most tasty and convenient stop.
Welcome to Royal Castle's drive-thru.
Whether we heading to the beach with chicken buckets and sides, having a house line with all the combos and sandwiches, or we stop by the castle to eat before the fete. Royal Castle local flavor is always part of the carnival.
Carnival Friday, February 28th.
Trinidad, let's do it.
Welcome to History in the Making. Together we celebrate, united as one, the music of one Caribbean.
We got the entire Caribbean.
One Caribbean Music Festival. One Caribbean Music Festival. Friday, February 28th, featuring one teacher.
This is a Caribbean effort.
And over 15 artists from around the Caribbean. All coming to shake the world.
Get your tickets at islandetickets.com or call 868-794-OCMF for more info. That's 868-794-6263.
Friday, February 28th. One Caribbean Music Festival.
Good morning again, Trinidad and Tobago. And good morning to especially those who are logged on live to the street, 91.9 FM. Not just during my hours, but throughout the day. Right? And those who have that ability in themselves to give people a little listening, you know? Give the youth a chance. Who willing to not just hear, because we could hear things but we're not listening. but to listen to what people saying and consider it. Yeah? So we open the phone lines and feel free to give your opinion on what is being said.
So.
Good morning, caller.
Yeah, hello, morning.
Morning.
My brother is so young to be out.
Yeah, man, blessings.
Yeah, well, boy, I love this topic where you're saying this morning. Yeah, you know why I love this topic so much? Well, on the ground in the ghetto, right? I just live on the line. You know, the line will come from my Bella to St. Madeleine, it reaches Princess Dog. The line now wait as quarters, right?
Yeah,
and you know what does be the major talk? When election come, a million of them coming and they're making one set of promise. When we go listen to the campaign, all they talk about, the whole campaign was stolen money and what money the thief and this the thief, all kind of thing. Oh, they're going and lock up all of them and retrieve the money. From the time they reach in power, we ain't hear nothing about the money yet. And plenty black men like me, ghetto men, just be watching the kind of people where they believe having the money. It have people having the money, my brethren. I'm telling you, we on the ground and they feel like black people mad or stupid. It's just that we like carnival, fed party, happiness. We don't fight it. But the Bible say it is easier for a camel to go through the eyes of a needle and a rich man to inherit the kingdom of God. I wish you should talk about that a lot.
Yeah.
Because I want to give them a different idea, because what they're living for, if they really believe now is the last days, as what we're seeing, everything in the Bible fulfilling. What you're grabbing all this money for, and it has, that's why, right? That's why Jesus Christ himself say that, you know, what it is you fighting all this money for, if you really believe in revelation, in the kingdom of God, the fulfillment, all of that. What it is people doing with all this money and people hungry. That's why God will vanquish all of them. God will do that because this earth has enough for everybody to live.
For sure.
It's
Plus,
just greed. Yes, what the children of Israel, who was storing manna, right? First they accustomed grabbing, right? It's a man full of bag of manna when God sending manna for them, all rotten. Because in the new world, nobody will be saving it, wouldn't have no bank. It will be like one big garden, everybody will be living free. That's how God wants man to be. But it come and bring value to gold and diamond. We used to pelt mango with that in Africa, right? They bring value to these things, you understand? Because it's things where they could invent and create. All now the world are looking for is getting more resources to make more invention. God a way to do that. Satan way to make inventions. God make you like it's automatic and manual and human, right? He make you with an automatic frequency where you could do things with the power of your mind. Imagine. We didn't build pyramid with hand. I just watch all these things. It had things where we didn't used to do with hand. But remember, we go more further and further from the spiritual power in man. So that's why now we come to labor alone. But this is what I just be talking about. Going back into the Garden of Eden, getting back with spiritual powers. All we doing with it is hurting one another with magic, black magic, and using all kind of things to hurt. That wasn't meant for them thing. That was meant so that we could exist like an automatic garden without having to change gear every minute. You hear saying? So these are the things we're supposed to learn to try to acquire back. But you understand, my brethren, they're playing black people for fool. When we watch, you're campaigning and saying you go get back all the money. Oh, we're going to lock up all of them, we're getting back the money. And we ain't even see where we're seeing where the money going, we're seeing where it is. But it's not black people have it. It's not we black people who are the most right. We don't even know where it's going. I'm telling you, and it's billions of dollars they was talking about. So what? So we stupid. We living in the ghetto on the line here hungry. I'm telling you that work get hard before they bring in Spanish, my brethren. I was building a house, Right now, that's on standstill, and I was billing it to bring entertainers by me so that we will create a kind of something now.
Yeah.
Right? Because play. But I had that stall. I can't finish my house because they're bringing one set of Spanish. And if I had to get a little work, you had to do it for the same price as Spanish working for. And 20 of them living in a house, them Indian exploiting them. 20 of them living in a house, all of them sitting paying the rent. And so we had to live so now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Truth.
Yes, this is why where we money only was campaigning about.
Yeah.
Where we money.
How much it all get back?
And it's mostly we black people we have none. We who more hungry, my brethren, we African people we have none. Because that money sharing up in with businessmen, I just don't want to talk too much, but that money sharing up business people, sharing up that money, and they're working all the little Saubai and whatever. And it's we who staying hungry, they're moving up. Because that money surfacing still, my brethren, that all them thief money they was talking about, paying them money, talk about it, right?
Yeah.
Motivate them youth head, and then afterwards, we can't get nothing out of it. We can't get nothing. There's thief and go on, and you ain't talking nothing about that again. Thanks.
Yeah, man. Thanks. Right? We speaking the truth, and if the truth offends, we apologize. Not, right? Truth is the truth, it will set you free.
Yes, good morning, Fuad. Salam alaikum.
Yeah, wa alaikum salam. Peace be unto you. Blessed morning.
Fuad, I was taking the panorama Sunday, with the youth and about the Queen's Park Savannah Day.
Yeah, nice.
But the youth man, I see it was very nice, very entertaining and nice. The youth said with the shooter, you don't know.
Yeah.
And I saw youth man well beating a drum and well getting on and thinking. And you're not in the front line of the papers. They ain't pushing up the youth and them in the front of the papers.
Nah, it's election here, so I said, minister pushes a run on the stage and thing wherever and and boy, them fellas and them not easy. I saying you don't even have the shame to stay out of certain things. You going and really rent your building to Pantrinbago when you use the Minister of Culture. You really feel that cool? And you and the person who renting it from you, who's supposed to be responsible, all of us smiling, hugging up to each other, and you all of that cool as a conflict of interest, as pointing towards corruption and collusion. Then they give away we land up in Trin City for our next building. If all they want to build a building in Tong to say is our office space, however, no problem. But leave we with the land too. Is we land, leave Panman with something with our 13 acres. And whoever, Jinlal or whoever you want to sweeten up and give away land to, just find land somewhere else and give him Trinidad and Tobago have real land. They just give away land every day, no brother.
Yeah. I want to tell a Jamaican artist that bust up dread Billy, man. I find you too disrespectful and out of time, man.
I small thing, those things.
He's happy, never.
All right. All right. You see all this trouble with this piano and sitting right. Yeah. Come on. And yes, Pan has been able to get more money, right, from the government, and that is positive as well. I might pause for the call. Go ahead, Mom. Morning.
Mr. Barker, good morning to you.
Good morning, Mother. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank God for another day in the land of the living. Let me say good morning to Trinidad and Tobago. Mr. Leave It Right There, Mr. Mount St. George, good morning to you all. Mr. Barker, you hear me clearly, right?
Loud and clear. Trinidad and Tobago hearing you. Go ahead.
Right. I heard they said this morning, Trinidad gone through. Is it that you said?
No, I say that some people saying that. There are some people who become so frustrated now.
That.
Yeah. You never hear that?
Mr. Barker, Trinidad and Tobago went through since 1990. When my young brothers get rapidly with the wrongdoing. This one take up a gun.
Nonsense. Nonsense.
Oh gosh, Mr. Barker, let me finish my contribution.
Nonsense. Trinidad ain't gone through since 1990. Nonsense. Have a blessed morning. Right? We're not going to encourage that type of ignorance here this morning, right? Let us focus. When we have no real excuse for what we see as inefficiencies and negativity in our governance, don't come to bring that stupidness. Don't come to bring that, nah, man. Don't come to bring that. 1990 is, let me do the maths again. If I was 5 years old, then it's 35 years ago. Yeah, about 35 or 34 years ago, right? You telling me that since then you have had administration upon administration and they have not been able to, if supposedly Trinidad went in a bad direction, put Trinidad back on a right path, then all them was wasting time too. Give me a break now, right? Good morning, caller.
Yeah, brother, morning. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Peace be unto you.
Yes, man, morning. Just taking in your program here, just watching out. That woman, she attacking you there, with that 1990 talk, Is you, she coming out there, she coming at your father, You know, 1990 is the cool. That's what she trying to say. Gone through since your father days. That's what she trying to say. Your father caused that.
Trinidad gone. Trinidad gone.
Yeah.
Trinidad gone.
You know what you say? You see, like how you mentioned. Yeah. That's how you mentioned. The truth will offend.
Yeah.
You understand? So when they hear the truth, they doesn't know, they doesn't think with it.
Yeah.
But you keep speaking the truth, brother.
Of course,
right?
Of course. Yeah, we trying to move Trinidad and Tobago forward. You gone back 34 years and not in a positive way to try to understand our history and what took place and why people took that type of action against the government of Trinidad and Tobago. No, but to try to blame for what taking place today? Nah, man. Come on. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Barker.
Good morning.
I know you don't like me, but I love you. I ain't business.
Why you say I don't like you? Do not say things that I have not said.
I just hit your hard, you see. I know you like blues.
Hit me hard? No, I don't take
right.
no
Okay.
licks.
If you don't be mad with me, well, I good. I still listen to you.
Don't hit me. I don't hit.
I don't like the harm we going through since.
Right.
You could say we're going through, but not say we're gone. Going and gone is two different words. Because if gone was the right word, we wouldn't be here today. So we say we put it differently, mommy, but for I like how you cut off one of your lawyer callers.
But I do not like that she would descend so low.
Let me explain this.
She would descend so low to put forward that.
Leave mommy alone. Leave mommy alone. Leave she alone. We are senior citizens.
No, but that does not give you the excuse to descend so low.
But why wasn't you offended when that don't see one call them piano and thief and them piano and fireman? Why you doesn't discipline that man?
No one calls on the station and says fireburn while I am.
Oh God!
They may be do it on.
Talking about it. I could call them KFC and say fireburn all them piano and call people on them.
Right, but they may have done it on another frequency. But when
you have to stop that kind of thing. Every contribution that young man make. I never hear one day because you know why? You feel he's a loyal supporter of you on radio. But look at how many others gone because of the way you just entertain some people. You have to be balanced in the program there. Look me as the old in June. I will be 77 years old. And the other can't say I have Alzheimer's. You know that? Because you've been listening to me. Your father and I was good partner. I used to come down, sit in the office there with that man and talk with him.
Right.
I had his number. You know what? I took out his number on the phone. when he was they charged him for something. I was scared. I'm telling you my mind. I was scared that they would have, because Interpol have waited to check all the numbers to call to look for the looking. But that didn't mean.
So you ain't going down with him. You ain't going down with him at all.
Why should I go down with him? I come with him. What's with you, Fuad? Fuad, I was not to it. I was not to it. But anyway, let me still have talk. We are staying here.
What kind of friend is that, boy?
You have to be a little more discreet with some mother. I wouldn't encourage you with that. Stop it. But don't cut off. That is that. You know what it is going to cut off a phone. I don't call certain callers on our radio program who are PNM. I don't talk to them anymore for insulting me. Because I've been in the business before they was born, some of them. You know what I'm saying, Fuad?
Yeah.
So you have to remember the wheat and the tares have to grow together until the day of harvest.
Yeah,
and you don't like them more than me.
If you have a personal relationship with mother as well, I will afford her the opportunity to come back in. But let us not descend.
I had mother fight already.
Oh.
I am that same mother. Anybody will tell you we don't talk to each other.
Okay.
Because I used to call and say, my prime minister, and I call him one and I say he's our prime minister, and that hurts. I just talk truth and factual and I real. I don't care how people affect the Bible said tell them the truth. They have to hear the truth. And we are no friends, but I am a senior citizen, not an old woman, a senior citizen or an elder. And you love to call me old. I say you all the time. And as a man say you are an educator. Not only folks listen to you, children listen to you too. And you can't be so uneven. When Kunji called in and he said all kind of things, you support him.
No, not at all. Anybody who calls with anything extremely negative, they will be dealt with the same way. All right.
I don't know how long you will think you will continue with that, but anyway, you know what I call you for mainly a silly gentleman. The first, I think, is the first person after came back there. They only called about 4 callers before. Right. He's a gentleman. That man should go to the head of the class. Okay. You hear? I could hear him all day long. You see, he started off kind of, I don't know where he's going. But you know what it bring me back to? When some of them couldn't buy a doubles before election. And after election, they are number 1 multi-millionaire in this country. That is what I want you to talk about sometime. You don't touch them for inside them at all, but I know I could read. They say whoever eyes could see and whoever else will hear. Why you so biased towards some people? I'm gone. Have a blessed day. Love you, my darling.
All right. Have a blessed day. We're working with it. We're trying our best. All right. Go ahead, President. Good morning.
Good morning, brother Fuad.
Yeah.
Good morning, Trinidad. Absolutely. I do like to feedback in my life. I want to ask you something. Right. I would like you to look for solutions. You see that that you're getting in this morning? It's not nice. I mean, people want to be accusing you or like your father. They seem to become better.
Let we don't get too sidetracked by them, President.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's the effort. The effort is to try to take away from the truth that we are speaking by speaking about something that maybe they don't understand, and some of them understand and they come in to lie about it, But let us focus on what I'm saying. I'm saying that part of the solution is, as you have expressed before, President, is for us to organize ourselves, to be educated enough that we could discern. And I'm saying to mom, to dad, to everybody, the younger people in the society, we have to be able to discern and see who is real and who is not real. And the power of public pressure, the airwaves, the TV, the media, some people who question them, are speaking out together, organizing ourselves. That power of people can put pressure on those people who are in whatever responsibility to do what is right.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah.
That is why I say that let us look in this society and see why, according to you, earlier, why do we feel that that is so hard to govern? And then we expect to go deep down and start to look at ourselves as other people. You will see it now. If you have ethnic people living in one colony, right? You will find they will live as an ethnic people. If you have a cosmopolitan people living in a society, then we have to look at it differently. And that is where our problem lies. Now, many of us, we understand the slave situation, we understand the colonial situation, we understand the freedom situation in some cases. Now, if we, as it is, saying that we're independent, then if you are ethnic people, then you will recognize independence as an ethnic people. But if you're cosmopolitan, and you have differences in thoughts, differences in choices, differences in people who, in many ways, some evil, some good, we have to look into see how we could regulate that in a society, how we could make people disciplined towards the subject matters or the development of the country. If we do not do that, then we find in ourselves with a lack of discipline or a course of country because of cosmopolitanism or softness. So we have to look deep to see what is happening in the society to make that improvement. There's where we have to find solutions. We have to find the solutions towards the state of the politicians. They are just a few up there doing what they want. What about the majority of people who only begging politicians who not getting up and stand firm to maintain discipline, equity, and those things that politicians are supposed, responsibility are supposed to give.
Yeah.
It is not a matter of coming and talk and beg. I tell here up in all my life begging and I'm not getting what I'm asking for. People are supposed to get up, stand up, unite, organize, associate to one common cause of development.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So let us look for solutions in the reality of this. That is why I started earlier in the time ago. I understand this, and I think plenty of people understand that aspect of that. The program is to try to develop, not to bring down what past, done past already.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, thank you very much. It is to develop the understanding so that we know to stand for what is right. Not so that they divide us into following something, don't matter what, down a certain road. That's what we're talking about. Let me take the call and then I will just express myself a little more. Go ahead, caller. Morning. Walaikum salam.
Yeah, and I would just simply say, I have my father, I'll tell you, he's 92 years. He's stubborn when he's ready, but he also doesn't make change. He don't mind changing, but he has this way as well. And I'm just using my father as a quick example to those two female callers, the one who will cut off and the one who call after. They don't want to change. I understand you have a mindset. Okay, so Germany has digressed after World War II with the advent of Hitler. Did Japan change after Emperor Hirohito when they lost the war? No, and they move on and they pick up themselves and move on. What about Pol Pot in Cambodia? Come on. We have to think big. We have to think beyond. And I am ready and prepared to do it, Mr. Walker. As again, I remind you again, take my number. I'm prepared to work with you if you need someone on your side. Because we want to make. I have grandchildren now. My children are big.
Yeah.
And I would like to put something forward for them.
Yeah, blessings, so man. I will definitely take your number.
Yeah. Okay then. So lock on and listen.
All right. Yeah, man. Yeah. I never forget the statements of Martin Daly, right? Martin Daly said that while the PNM was in office, you know, he was critical of the mistakes and the wrongs that he saw. And then it changed. Another administration came into office. And a certain politician wouldn't speak to him and, you know, had an attitude towards him constantly while he was criticizing the PNM, right? A PNM politician. You know, of course, Mr. Martin Daly is a respectable person within his society, but he's fair and he's truthful. So then the administration changed and the UNC was in office at that point in time. And he was critical as well of the wrongs that the UNC were doing as well. And the same politician meet him in a panyard and tell him, I really like your articles and the things you have to say about this and whatever. And he just shake his head. He shake his head to himself because, you know, we misunderstand. We misunderstand. It is not about them. And the people have to put pressure on them. They are not us. They don't get paid like us. They don't drive on the road like us. If they drive on the road, it is with siren, whoop, whoop, whoop. They don't live where we live. They don't go through the problems that we go through. They don't have a morning they just get up and they don't have water. They don't have a morning that they just get up and they don't have breakfast. They don't have a morning they just get up and they have to calculate how they're going to survive economically. Well, except for a couple of the backbenchers probably, you know, under pressure, misspending the money or you know, it's rough. So what are we talking about? We're talking about putting pressure on the system to advance the people's interest. Because if we have any clarity of thought, we would understand that many of them are not working in our interest. It's very, very simple. So just take your time with it. Take your time with it and love yourself. Love your fellow man. Love the poor. Love the needy. Love the youth. Like truly love and want better for them. Come on. Come on, mothers. Come on, fathers. Come on. So don't think is because these people are the people who are responsible at the moment and they have gone far, far from what they are supposed to do. And if it was not for our stubbornness, if it wasn't for our willingness to accept what is not satisfactory, if it wasn't for that, we done get rid of all of them. All of them. Right? So understand what the fight is for. Understand from generation to generation what strong men and women must stand up against. They must use their strength and their voice and their ability to create a better way for their fellow man. I'm not advocating for me, I'm advocating for better for you. For even those who think they're getting some benefit now from the administration, it is you that we are advocating for. And I am not alone. I am not alone. There are many Trinbagonians who understand the games and the tricks and the lies. And we need you all as well to stand up with us for your benefit. These people who so want this office, who covet it. Why? Why they covet it so? Why they want it so bad? What haven't they so? They're so desperate to do what is best for us, to serve us. I asking the question, answer me that question. Apologies, Mom, for I should have more patience, man. No, I should have more patience. Answer that question. Why they want it so bad? Call back in. I'll make sure and take your call. Answer me that. Why do they want this thing so bad? To serve us, to serve them little children playing pan, to serve the other children in all the other communities across the length and breadth of Trinidad and Tobago, to create wealth for Trinidad and Tobago, and to develop us in a way that we could satisfy the needs and provide the opportunities to unleash the potential of our youth. That is why. To bring greater equality to Trinidad and Tobago, to lift the poor, to say to the working class of Trinidad and Tobago, hey, look, we understand the pressures of the economy, you all need a raise, and we have taken care of Trinidad for all of us. Look, 10%, look whatever. I'm still taking the calls. Good morning.
Good morning, young man.
Good morning, sir. Welcome.
Well, I've been listening to you for a little while.
Yeah.
And I've seen every prime minister that Trinidad had to offer. And I'm listening to what you're saying. And why don't you and some of the younger folks form a party to change what you want to change? Because right now, it's only two parties in Trinidad. Right? You all know PNM. When you sit there, they're doing things that mashing up the country.
Yeah, wrong thing too.
And why don't you all young people form a party and try and change the country? It's your time now, you know. But you all only want to fight. You fight PNM alone. Only fighting PNM alone. It can't work like that. Because then when UNC come into power, it's the same thing Kettle Fish going around.
Yeah.
And you all don't understand that you all are young. The country belongs to you all. Form a party, get the young people together, and you all will make the change. The folks that are already there, we see everything that happens in the country. And you all now coming up, and you want change in a hurry. You know, so you all have to do that. If you all do form a party to get rid of UNC, PNM, all in trouble. You know. So, I don't know.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Have a good day.
Thank you very much for your wise words. Thank you very much, sir.
Have a good day.
Thank you very much for your wise words. Thank you very much.
Yeah, go ahead, caller. Morning.
Peace be upon you, Mr. Baca.
Yeah, man. Peace be upon you.
And good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Mr. Baca, since you're running your program over here, this is the third time I call your program. So when people saying that Kunji calling your program and saying all kind of things, we can clearly tell them they lie. And why do I call you? Why is the third time I call your program? Because for the past 10 years, I have been part of 91.9 for 27 years. And 10 years, supporters of 91.9 was denied the opportunity to call morning programs. And I promised them I'm going to put a stop to that. Today we see that stop. The general public could call your program. And I support you 100% in cutting off that lady this morning. Because people cannot be rude and disrespectful to the host. and expect to be calling. When they tell us that we was rude and disrespectful, they cut we off, and all those senior citizens support cutting we off. And let me do be a 91.9. Now you telling them, I'm not cutting you off, or just have respect, and I will support something like that.
Right.
But in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, the last caller mentioned just now, if the UNC come back, it will be the same thing. Mr. Baka, Kamala Prasad Bisesa run this country for 5 years. And in 5 years' time, the senior citizen get over $1,000 more in pension. The disability grant was $250. She raised it to $2,500. The minimum wage was $9. She raised it to $1,750. The UNC will give land for the landless. They give out 100 houses a week. We have 10 years under the People's National Movement. We see nothing like that. Today we see our community sporting facilities. It's in bush. If CPEP no cut it, nobody else cut it. In point appear here, the cricket ground have it by the petrol train. Today that in bush. The lawn tennis facilities, that done, it's not working. Who we supposed to stand up for? We supposed to stand up for the poor and the needy and the underprivileged and the young people in Trinidad and Tobago. When we call the radio station, we're not calling the radio station in support of a UNC or the PNM. We call the radio station for the government who in power at the time, today, to assist the poor and the needy, the underprivileged and the vulnerable. They're not doing that. And those senior citizens expect me to call the radio station and stay quiet and say PNM forever. How could we say PNM forever when the PNM disrespecting the future of this country and not giving them opportunity? I see a young boy, 20 years, and the news come out from the carrot with Fitzgerald Hines taking out pity. Today he crying. He don't have opportunity. He cannot get a work. But people from other countries could come in our country and get big positions in our country. Whilst we have citizens of this country study for those positions and they can't get it. But foreigners could come over here and get we work.
Yeah, we just going to...
Foreigners could come over here and get whatever they want to.
We go into the...
Thank you a lot, Mr. Baka.
We go into the Royal Castle break. We just have
a good day.
Yeah, thank you very much. We go into the Royal Castle break. So I'll try to stick in a couple of calls when we come back. All right? Let us think wider and let us wise up so that we can create the situation for better in Trinidad.
This road march is being brought to you by Royal Castle, our culture, our taste.
Mr. IWER, you feel you could change from wet in it down to bunny down? I will try. Oh, God!
Trini people, it's carnival time again. So desiring, I tell you to clearly wicked. This is an emergency and I move in here with urgency. I come with a fire with a burning flames. As soon as I mash up fat and burn it down, they go change my name.
Don't underestimate the power inside our way. It's vital energy that living inside our way. So if you think that you'll come and ignite this flame, when we come up, we can't be blamed.
We come with a bonnet, mash up the place and burn it. Trample the
stage and burn it. All in the road, we burn it. Hey, we come with the burn it. Port of Spain, we go burn it. East to west, we go burn it. Take it over and burn it. Hey, we come with the burn it down. Burn the set right to the ground, we go burn it down. Burn the stage right to the ground, we go burn it down. Burn the place right to the ground, we go burn it. I said we go burn it.
That road march was brought to you by Royal Castle. Our culture, our taste.
That's an interesting one there. Very, very interesting there. They had the water lord burning thing now, boy. Pressure. First it go versus pressure. The water lord burning things. Alright. I'm a man to my word, so let me take the call. Morning again, mother.
Yes, Mr. Barker. You cut me up just now. You make me laugh. You know why you make me laugh?
Uh-huh.
I said to myself, you have no experience of what you're doing on this radio station. Tell you what I'm telling you about. Right? I said what I was speaking about. I already said what I said. And you cut me up. But you didn't really do me absolutely nothing, because I want to tell you something here. You see that man that you speak about, that pushing somebody to become the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago? That gentleman served Trinidad and Tobago. All his lifetime was serving the people of Trinidad and Tobago. You hear what I'm telling you clearly?
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Barker, I want you to realize you are the person coming on IWER George radio station. Let IWER just tell you who I am. I used to be in his mother's house eating, going to school. You hear what I'm telling you about? If you really want to achieve anything on this radio station, 91.9, when people making a contribution, if you could put them off, you understand me? You could do what you want to do, but let me tell you something. He is a wise man, right? You have a wise person, and you cannot afford to be coming on your radio station. I told you the last time, when you go home, take a copybook and sit down and study what is coming on the radio station and speak. There's a lot of caller who are calling this 91.9 radio station and no longer call it anymore. Because, right, they don't want to hear you. I am not that type of person, right? You're a young man. I want to hear what you want to bring onto the station, what you want to bring to the young people and the elderly people in Trinidad and Tobago, right? So when I was saying my contribution and you cut me off, you didn't really did no harm to me. You know what I'm telling you about?
Yeah,
honestly,
but
did
what
not do.
Yeah, when you finish, I'll just...
Yeah, let me hear you. What you saying?
I found it a little bit disrespectful that in the context of what we were speaking about, you would try to insinuate that Trinidad and Tobago... Let me finish. I'm not finished. You had that Trinidad and Tobago gone through because of what took place in 1990. I believe that statement is apart from it being very, very untrue, it was from a place that is not respectful, and it was not called for in the discussion that we are having about improving Trinidad and Tobago. And I could answer it fully, but...
Okay, if you'd have let me finish with my statement, you would have realized what I am speaking about. I said to you already, right? I told you who was my relative in La Pelta, Kazim, you know him very good. I told you my daughter is one of your sister. You know what I'm telling you about? So I am not carrying down the Muslim. But I was telling you something, and you should let me finish my contribution. You hear me clearly, right?
Yeah, go ahead and...
I had one daughter, right? And she is a sister by you there. You hear I'm telling you? So I'm not carried on. And you know why I did not call back to say I'm going to disrespect you? I am not that type of person. I just wanted to hear you what you were saying, and I wanted you to hear me what I am saying, right?
All right.
You hear me, Kelly? So you need to sit down when you're coming on the radio program, sit down and study what you're coming on the station this morning, what you bring in for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. I am leaving now. You have a good day.
Yeah, no problem. I'm trying to bring clarity to your mind so that you understand what is taking place in terms of governance in Trinidad, so that you can also make better decisions. We have a few minutes still, so I'll continue to take the calls. Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Pleasant morning to you.
Yeah, pleasant morning to you as well.
Pleasant morning to Trinidad and Tobago. I sit on here listening to you whole morning, not this morning alone, yesterday and the day before also. And I feel like I wonder if you believe what you're saying. Because I sit down here hoping that you will keep your promise. But maybe I nothing.
Yeah. We're talking about a specific topic this morning as well. And I asked that question. I don't know if you could answer the question for me as well. He's a wise man as well. Why do these individuals covet, I use that word, a strong word, this responsibility? I think is a responsibility of governing, of power in Trinidad and Tobago. Why they want it so bad? You can answer that for me, please?
No, well, you see, you could answer that yourself, you know, because at least you was aspiring to be in that position at one time.
Still, I would like to see myself or somebody with the same heart for people govern Trinidad and Tobago, take on that responsibility, because I'm telling you, if somebody set the example of leadership with love in Trinidad, we would never go back, you know. When we get one good person who in love with people more than in love with power and money, but we will never go back. Somebody who care about the poor, care about those who are under pressure, care about the youth in a real way. In a real way.
Look, you have a specimen right here. And instead of people look up, they look in the dragon down.
Which specimen is that?
Dr. Rowley is a specimen. Because he trying to help everybody, but nobody don't want to help. Because if it could bring a whole, you know, and when they come now, they say, how much you paying?
Yeah, we just have 40 seconds.
We paying $125 a day. They say, nah, we ain't working for that little bit of money, but learners come in to learn, and they say, nah, we know that. Yeah. And then they take it too long to get that money because by the month. Yeah. So, what to do? Look out for a call or what?
Yeah. Thank you very much. Sorry, tomorrow we back on again. Never enough time. Boy, we need some leaders with love. Look out for them. Try and find them and support them so that we could have a better Trinidad. Blessings.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
On Tuesday, February 11th, the Calypso Princess, Corinne Ashe, invites you to a Bridgerton affair, the return of the Phoenix. Following the rebirth, she's back to honor culture and heritage with elegance, style, and passion. It's a celebration of reinvention and restoration because Calypso must live on. Join us for an unforgettable night of entertainment, blending new school and old school vibes. Calypso